Okay, let's look at an example of a real-world situation. What we have here is an object that's thrown off of a bridge. So we have some sort of person on a bridge. The height of the object can be found using this equation. Well, the first thing I think we should do is go ahead and let's just get this in the calculator. Can't put t's in the calculator, so we put x's. Half that was done for us already. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clear my calculator. No, I'm not. I'm just going to type over stuff. So I'm going to go to y equals, and I'm going to clear that, and we'll say negative 16. Please don't forget the negative. Most of the time, whenever someone has a problem, they forget this negative. They'll say, oh, it just keeps going up. No, we forgot our negative. So 16x squared plus 32x plus 128. And I'm going to go ahead and just look at the table of that. That's the main thing we need for this. And I'm just going to start it. My start is just 0. Then 916 plus 128. Okay. From here, I can go ahead and start answering these questions. After 1 second, how high off the ground was it? 1 second, I look over, 144. 3 seconds, it's 80. What is the highest the object gets? It looks like it's going to be 144, and I can check this. This is going to be my vertex, because if I look at the points around it, they're symmetrical. So this is my center. So that's going to be 144. How long did it take to get there? That was at 1 second. What's the y-intercept of the equation? Well, there's my y-intercept. My y-intercept is the 128. You could also write that as a point, 0, 1, 28. And then what does it represent? What that represents is how high the bridge is in the situation. It's how high I was when I started. So the y-intercept represents my starting point, how high I was whenever we threw the rock off, or object, whatever it is. Domain and range for the situation. So I'm going to take my table out. My situation, I'm not starting to throw it a second before. My start of this object throwing is at 0. So on my x value, I start at 0 for my domain, and I'm going to go until it hits the ground. Well, it hits the ground again here at 0, which is 4 seconds later. That is my domain for the situation. The function's domain goes on forever, all real numbers. But in my situation, I throw the rock hits the ground, and that's it. For my range, I look at the smallest value to the highest value. The highest value is easy. We already said the maximum this was 144. There could be some confusion to whether we use the 80 or the 0. When I throw the rock off the bridge, I don't care how tall the bridge is, it's still going to hit the ground somewhere. So we don't use 80, we actually go all the way down here to 0, 144. So it would be 0 to 144. And that would be the domain and range for this situation. And again, that reason is because in a real situation, we have a starting point and ending point. Things don't really go on forever in our real world lives. Most of the time, our real world situations will have domain and ranges that start with 0. So if they don't have zeros, those are probably not the answers you're going to be looking for.